I'm getting a lot of messages from people following and watching these videos, so I figured I would address some of the questions I've been getting and give a history of what led me to getting the back surgery. It's going to be a longer video, so if you're experiencing back pain, I think it'd be worth it for you to stick around. So starting out, I was probably 19 years old. Started having some back pain due to some of the sports I was in and stuff like that. Fast forward, I was 24. I tore my ACL, had ACL reconstruction surgery. Everything was good there. But my just doing physical therapy, my walk was a little bit messed up, and that led to some left leg numbness. It was pretty bad. Went in, got a referral. My primary care doctor told me to do some physical therapy. Did the physical therapy, and the numbness and pain had gone away. Before that, I had tried the chiropractor for about a month straight with not that great of results, a little bit of relief, but not that great of results for me and the numbness that I was dealing with at that point. So that was 2019, 2019. So yeah, dealing with that numbness, that pain basically had gone away. Still would get sore. Sitting, maybe a little bit of numbness would pop up if I had to sit in a car for a long time or sit on an airplane. But fast forward 5 years, almost no numbness or leg pain. And then I was sitting in a boat for a while and stood up and was unable to stand up fully after that. And that lasted probably 3 or 4 days. Just thought, throughout my back, it was pretty sore. Didn't do anything, didn't go in. Dealt with that for a couple weeks. I'd get better, I'd get worse. I'd start to feel better, and then I would overdo it. And at that point, I probably should have gone in, gotten an MRI, and actually figured out what had happened. I did not. Just kind of that vicious cycle, start feeling good, start being more active, put me right back into pain. And then I woke up one morning, sneezed, and that was it. I said, I have to go see someone about this. Went to urgent care, was prescribed a Medrol pack of steroids, and got the MRI that you see right here. Did the steroid pack, started to feel decent. The initial read on this MRI said I had a minimal disc bulge. So I thought, because I never actually got to see this image, I thought, this is something I can do physical therapy and rehab and get better. So did that. Finally got into pain management. They were booked out for a while for some reason. And the first thing the pain management doc said is you have a very large herniation. And that's when I tried the steroid injection. Steroid injection helped. It helped a lot. It lasted about a month, which basically got me to my surgery. So like the day before the surgery, I was starting to feel that nerve pain pretty intensely again. Couldn't sit, wasn't sleeping real great. But all in all, I think if I had early on gone in and got the MRI and maybe started a steroid earlier, took it easy, took maybe a month off of doing anything strenuous, I may have been able to get that herniation to be reduced. I don't know. That's just a thought. But yeah, after that injection, and even before the injection, I had to do a second round of oral steroids that they did not want me to do, but I was bedridden for 3 days, couldn't get out of bed, and was in the worst pain of my life. So anybody going through it, it's not fun at all. I didn't want surgery, but after some consultation and finally getting in to see a neurosurgeon, he had discussed with me. He looked at the MRI and he said we could try steroids for another 3 months. But his overall opinion was he didn't think it was going to help me, and I kind of knew I didn't think it was going to help. Just the fact that the initial steroid injection wore off in less than a month. And I was starting, the big thing that kind of pushed me to surgery was I was starting to lose muscle and function of my calf, which is directly affected by the nerves that were pinched. They fire that calf muscle, and because it was pinched so heavily that I was starting to lose function of that calf. And that's basically when the neurosurgeon said, yeah, this is usually when I say surgery is recommended. So had surgery. Now I am 5 days post-op, feeling pretty good. But yeah, hopefully anybody dealing with this, I would say go in early, get an MRI early. If the doctor will refer you to get an MRI, that's the telltale sign, and they can actually go about diagnosing you properly after that. But I would say yeah, don't wait. So some of the things that helped me, I think the best things that helped me were initially the steroids. So I think if I had gone in initially early on when I had injured my back, got the MRI, and was able to get on steroids earlier, I think I could have taken it easy and actually been able to let that back heal. So I would say top to bottom thing that helped the most was the injection. If you have a mild herniation and minimal pain, not minimal pain, a decent amount of pain enough to make you go in, I think, and your herniation isn't that large, I think a steroid injection is going to help you a lot and could get you to a point where you could rehab it and not have to have surgery. Then I would say the next thing that would help is the oral steroids. They lasted about 2 weeks for me, and then after that 2 weeks was when I had the worst pain of my life and had to go on another steroid pack just to get me to my injection appointment. And then at the bottom is your Aleve and Tylenol. I think if you have minimal symptoms, Aleve, Tylenol, ice is all going to help you out. But yeah, overall, those are my findings. That's what's helped me. I'm not saying it's going to help you in any way or do exactly the same thing for you. I'm not a doctor. You should go consult your doctor. But yeah, those are the things that have helped me, and that has been my experience with this whole back injury and surgery.